Hello. In this video called A Great Life, I'd like to talk about the concepts that we've explored previously. So passion, talent, and economic drive, or hedgehog, and inside out, why, how and what, vision, values and mission, and how people have used this to build a great life. We all know stories of people who have turned their lives around when they've had to, or when something new values or new priorities have asserted themselves. We also know stories of people who have done the exact opposite. For example, people with great incomes who are drowning in debt, people with every advantage who have terrible relationships, people who can barely keep it together, who hate their jobs, who drink too much, who've given up and become cynics. The key to a great life is to know what you love, what you stand for, and build a life around these core essentials. The problem, and the reason that many people don't do this, is because it takes time to sort out your core values, to identify your calling. Think of all the people you know, all the famous musicians, business people, politicians, whatever, who found their calling later in life, spent years and years in their second life before they found their calling. So it can take a long, long time to identify and clarify this. But it's never too late. It's never too late to have a great life. Napoleon Hill, in that book I often quote from, Think and Grow Rich, he talked of a major, definite purpose. Gary Keller, in another book I often quote, The One Thing, he also spoke of it. In fact, I can honestly say that all great books I've read and all the successful people I've met, they follow this concept. They identify the one thing where the three circles of passion, talent and economic drive intersect, and they focus on this in an unrelenting way. They identify their why, their vision, their how, their values, and their what, their mission, and they turn that into strategic goals and take it from this idea of a major purpose right down to things to do today. We all know the story of three birds. I've told you this riddle before. Three birds sitting on a fence, two decide to fly away. How many are left? And you know the answer, because you watched the previous videos. The answer, of course, is they're all there. They only decided. Action is everything. You can talk about it, you can plan about it, you can write a book about it, you can decide, but until you take action, nothing happens. There's no point planning unless you implement. So, build a life around purpose, but build it in a way that we actually convert it into things to do today, practical things. Think big, go small. And in the following videos, we'll expand on this and discuss at length how in fact you can take this idea of building a purpose and convert it into things to do today that give your life meaning and that allow you to build a plan around purpose, priority and productivity.